talking to someone the other day, it's the same thing. As artists, we are all, and I guess you could say for all of us even here, we all start from the same starting line. And yes, some may have more advantages than another, but we're starting from that place, I believe, within each of us that we want to become better at what we do. We want to find what our magic is. We want to achieve that with the projects that we choose. And we may not always achieve it, and we may make mistakes, or we may fail. And that's the moment that's really almost the best moment, is the failing, even though it doesn't feel good. Is that's when you learn the most about yourself, about your character, about your ability to pick yourself up and move forward. Because it's going to happen to you again and again and again. And somebody the other day said, something about being the best, or winning this award. And I said, but it's not about that. And I don't mean this in a what's the word, a diva kind of way, but I have an older friend that's in the business too. I mean, I'm in my 70s. We were talking on the phone the other day because everybody wants to kind of downsize when you get to be my age, She said, what are you going to do with all your awards? I said, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I can't keep hanging on to these things and tracking them around, because they're in the material world, they're metal, it's wonderful to have that accolade, but every time you create a new role, you start from the very beginning. You didn't get an Academy Award for the one you're starting now. Do you understand what I mean? You're starting all over again every time. It's beginner's mind. And what's wonderful about that is it can be very freeing. You can take the pressure off yourself. You're not doing it to win an award. The award that you want to win is to keep the passion alive within yourself as you continue. That's the hardest thing to do. When we did Fried Green Tomatoes, and I had the honor of working with Jessica Tandy, she was one of the finest actresses I've ever worked with in my life, and she was in her 80s. She was 84 at the time. We were shooting at an old person's home in Georgia, and she came in, 84 years old, in jeans and a jean jacket, and it was like she had just gotten out of high school. It was like she was 16 years old. She bore no resemblance to any of the people that were in this home that we were in. And I was fairly young. I was in my 40s at that time. Oh, God, that sounds young to me now. I was in my 40s, and I looked at her and I thought, whoa, I think my flame has gotten a little dim here, especially in relation to her. And so I realized that then one of my long-term goals was to always check myself and to stay in love with what I had chosen to do. And I'm happy to say that I'm working on 2 films right now, and there's this little film that it took them 2 years to make. Sometimes you can read a script and it's just this perfect script, and you go and it's perfectly cast and perfectly directed, and it just tanks. And you don't know why. And this little script, I had some problems with it, but I was so drawn to the character. And what it's turned out to be is this amazing, magical gift, because we all stuck it out, and it's like this script was just about to boom and blossom, and that's what it's done. And it's affected all of us. It's an indie, it's a small picture, it's a small crew, but it's given us all such renewed confidence in what we do that it is worth something. So I'll let you continue to ask your question.
And I think that a lot of people that aren't in the business or around actors don't really realize that one of the most challenging things about your career is that every time you finish a project, you're unemployed. You know what I mean? Like even Anthony Hopkins, I was talking to him, he's like, yeah, I'm unemployed now. It's like, you never know you're going to have another job. Each project is a whole new start, is a whole new beginning, is a whole new everything. And you're right, every time you do it, you need to hope that it's the best that you could do and that it brings you to a new place. And with that, we have challenges. And what I wanted to ask you is, what do you think was probably like the biggest challenge you had to overcome to succeed in your profession?
Well, that you just mentioned one of them is the fact that you don't know where the next job is coming from. And I think it was always to hold on to my faith. I've had my adversities in life on the personal side, and I've twice survived cancer in the last 20 years. And so, thank you. Thank you. I'll pass your applause on to my doctors and the researchers who've made that possible. But so I think for me, the hardest thing has been to keep my boat afloat, in this crazy ocean, and to keep going forward and to have faith and to trust, and that everything will work out. I don't know how to put it without, but for me, life has become a kind of poem.